Thanks for joining. Welcome to the sessions. So today we will discuss about some things which are important to success factors. I know you already have the knowledge in success factors and all. I'll just give a little bit introduction of each one so that you are aware of it. If you have any further questions, you can ask me immediately. So these are the things that are needed to understand what SAP landscape is all together, like how what is the key role of an implementation consultant, what kind of things we need while we implement the system, and what are the things that we need to learn, or where we can find the help, or where we can find the documents and all these things I'll cover today. And if time permits, I'll show how to enable the system from provisioning, and what are the things that needs to be taken care and all I'll show in the system as well.
Oh, sure, sir.
So as I mentioned, learning is one of the HCM suite. So we get the data from Employee Central and we send the data to Employee Central. So basically, the employee data, like the hire date or the name, email, his age, his gender, whatever the need data needed. But basically, if it is a standard kind of an implementation, like standard kind of a project, we configure the data that exists in the employee UDF. You are aware of UDF, which is an basic set of profile data that exists in the system of an employee. That UDF will consist of basically the employee ID, username, first name, last name, hire date, manager, organization, department, legal entity. Like legal entity is nothing but the company. All these things, basic structure of the employee will be there in the UDF. So we directly get those data by the mapping using LMS integration into our LMS system, where we train the candidates based on it. And once we complete the training, we can again send back to some custom configuration to Employee Central. It's not a standard configuration sending back to Employee Central. It's a custom configuration, like using integrations and all.
So, where this UDF is available, so is that in provisioning?
It's not in the provisioning. It's in the employee export. It's in both BizX only.
Employee export. Okay.
So you can go to employee export, open the file, and you can see all the basic data of a particular user. You can see here, see cost center, first name, middle name, last name, nickname, username, title, email, manager, basic data. So this is the UDF. Usually, if it is a standard configuration, like no custom requirements are exist, then we use this kind of UDF. Directly, we will fetch from the UDF.
Okay, so when a new user is joining the organization, so his detail has to be entered into this employee export, is it?
UDF. No, when once you do that transaction from the front end, system automatically creates those record in the UDF. We don't need to do anything. So normally when we how to hire an employee is that we have an add new employee. This one way. There are other ways to get an employee into Employee Central, like recruitment or onboarding or using integration. There are multiple ways, but in a standard structure we hire the employee from this particular screen, wherein we enter all the basic information of the particular employee, like job informations, employment information, and all those things.
So UDF stands for user data
Fine.
file. Okay. So that is available under employee.
Employee export data.
Okay.
Done it. So I'll show this. So here you can see, right, these are all generated by the system. That's the reason once we hire the employee, all these things will be generated by the system based on the next availability and all. Like this is the employee ID of a particular user. So all these things we get into LMS. For example, let's say when we go to learning administrators. So employee ID or user ID in UDF is directly mapped to our user ID in the LMS system. So where that's the unique identifier. So for example, there is an employee who is called an ABC. His name can be like for example ABC XYZ. The same ABC first name can be for different people, but last name can be different. So last name can be same, first name will be different. That's the reason we have these IDs so that it is mapped to the same user. So if you see here, whatever the IDs we have, these are all your IDs that are coming from the employee central. For example, 103221. So we can see that employee in the system.
Okay, so this integration via user connector will be covered in later session, is that so?
Later sessions. This is just an introduction. User connector is long way because until unless we understand what all the details we needed, then user connector will come into picture.
Okay.
So for the employee central and for the LMS to connect, we need the user ID of a particular user because that's the unique identifier identified by the system. Okay. So the next one is BizX. You are aware it's the front end system. Provisioning, it's the back end system which will only be provided to certified consultants. So once your certification is complete, you need to get an approval from your client and then raise a request in the HXM cloud operations.
Sorry, where, sir?
HXM cloud operations.
Okay, so I haven't done this part.
Okay. So HXM cloud operations wherein you need your certification PDF and approval email from client. So once you raise a request, sometimes within 1 hour you will get the provisioning access. Sometimes it takes 1 or 2 days by SAP. So all these,
I would need this provisioning access if I have to configure this Big Cells instance or any other kind of integration only, right?
no. See, in terms of LMS, not about other modules, but in terms of LMS, if it is an already implemented client, like you are doing a support project, then you don't need a provisioning access. It's not mandatory because very rare, maybe 1 or 2% of the times you need the provisioning access. But all the other times you don't need the provisioning access for LMS specifically. If it is a implementation, like you are starting an implementation, yes, then you need provisioning access because you need to enable learning and you need to configure some URLs in the learning as well. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So the next one is Launchpad. Earlier it used to call as Launchpad. Now it's SAP for me where we raise SAP tickets. Why we need to raise SAP tickets is that if you find any bug or something that was configured is not working, or if your system is down, we don't have the access to servers, backend servers. We only have access to BizX instance. So if there is something that you think that, okay, configuration is completed, but it's not working, suddenly there is a bug in the system, or you see application errors, or you see the screens frozen up. So for all these kind of things, you need to raise a ticket with SAP and SAP will investigate that issue and they will come back with it.
Oh, SAP for me is otherwise called as Launchpad.
Launchpad. Earlier we used to call as Launchpad. Now it's called as SAP.
SAP for me. Okay.
The reason why I'm mentioning both of them is that in the interviews, normally Till some people is asking where do we raise the tickets. So that's the reason both are there. Earlier it's called Launchpad. Now it's for SAP for.
SAP influence, is that same or?
No, SAP Influence is a different one. SAP Influence is where you raise a request for the enhancement.
Okay,
Let's
okay.
say, for example, you have some functionality, you are exploring it. Like, for example, one big limitation with LMS system is that once you complete a training, once a user completes a training, it will not trigger a email to the user saying that the training is completed. It will be only seen in the system, not in the email. But
Yes.
some other products like Workday or PeopleSoft, whatever the products, once you complete a training, they'll send an email saying that you have completed the training.
Mm-mm.
So those kind of requests that are not available as a feature currently in the system, we can raise in the SAP Influence, where you can mention, okay, this is the feature, to whom it will be helpful, why it will be helpful, and roughly what area it will be helpful. Let's say, for example, if this is a sample email notifications only we are talking about. So you can raise a request saying that, okay, send an email upon completion of a learning. To whom it will be helpful? It will be helpful for users and supervisors also, because you can loop supervisor in that email so that supervisors will get to know that, okay, this person has completed the training.
Okay.
So that's a useful area.
Mm-mm.
So it is applicable for administrators because administrators are the ones who configure the system. And in which industry or which consulting or which area it will be helpful? Usually there are trainings that are mandatory trainings will be there, right, in the organization. You need to complete before this particular time. For them, it will be helpful. You can mention that scenario. So SAP will consider that, they will dig deeper into it. If they have any questions, they'll reach out to you. And finally, if that enhancement request that you have raised is approved, then in the next upcoming releases, you'll get the release as a
Mm-mm.
feature.
Okay.
So that is SAP Influence. But there are some criteria. You need to have 10 votes. Not like, for example, if you raise a request, other 9 companies should vote it saying that, yes, this enhancement is also helpful for my company. So
Oh,
you need to get
it's
a
like
10
a
votes out of it.
company basis, so
Company basis.
not like a 10% from my own
No,
organization.
no, no. Your S user ID or whatever the ID that you are raising with SAP Influence is already tagged to your company. So from the same company, if you vote, they'll take the vote. But to get the 10 votes calculation, it should be different companies. Okay. So, but coming back to SAP, for me, we need to raise the SAP tickets.
Okay.
Let's say, for example, what is a community? Again, community SAP is also for raising a request, but the request will be different. Here in SAP, for me, you raise bugs, features issue, configuration issues, and related tickets to SAP. But you have a requirement which is not available in SuccessFactors, or you are not aware of the options in the SuccessFactors. So then you can post your question in the community. People
Okay.
like us, like others, like consultants who are already working on the system, they can guide you saying that, okay, this is an alternate method I'm using. You can explore that. They'll give you links, or they will explain you, or you can ping them and they can answer you. So it's like a blog between multiple consultants of learning system.
Mm-mm. Okay.
So for each module, they have created one separate group. In that group, you can post it, and people like us will reply saying that, okay, you can reply or others can reply. It's up to us. Like mutual discussion kind of a thing. Networking. And help.sap is the where you download all the implementation guides and new release details, everything from help.sap. Partner Edge is the one where you can download workbooks, latest presentations, documents, and some documents related related to the configurations and all also will be available in the partner edge.
So, can you come again for partner edge, sir?
Workbooks. If you want to download a workbook, partner edge is the place where you can download the latest workbooks.
Like connector workbooks.
Connector workbook, administrator workbook, integration workbooks, everything. Any SAP SuccessFactors HCM module, you can download the workbooks from partner edge.
Okay.
So I've already downloaded for you so that I can share the latest ones. So I just downloaded them.
I got this connector workbook from help.sap.
Okay. It will be available, but it's better to download it from the partner edge. If you don't have the partner edge, you can download it from help.sap. So this is the latest one. I'll share these ones in a Google Drive or something, and you can download it.
Okay, sir.
And Learning Hub and Certifications Hub. I think you are aware of it. Like Learning Hub is the one where we write the deltas.
Yes.
Certification Hub is the one where we write the exam.
Okay, this delta in the sense, it's like updating our certification. I mean, refreshing the certification.
Refreshing the certification, yes.
Okay. I haven't come across delta so far.
Okay, so basically, deltas will be released 2 times in a year.
Okay. Delta.
2 times a year. So it will be around 1H where June and 2H around October, November. Why? Because in 1H 2020, let's say for example 1H June, we will get the first release of SuccessFactors where they will give 30, 40, 50 features for learning module. So once it applies to the production system, your deltas will be released and they will have some few questions, maybe 10, 12, 15, or sometimes 2 questions, 3 questions also will be there where you need to complete it. Once you complete it, your certification will be, your certification expiry date will be extended to 1 year. So like that, again, they will release in October. Once you complete it, again, it will be extended to next 1 year.
Sorry, I did my certification in November. So it's like for next November, I have to take the certification in the sense it will be
Yes.
2H.
Yes.
Okay.
So the date you completed your certification, next year till that date, you will have the certification active. You need to write it before that particular time.
What if I take 1H?
Again, from 1H to the next 1H, it will be extended.
Okay. Okay, I'll try it in the
Delta or certification, the last date that you completed plus 1 year. Simple logic. You can take it in 1H. If you have the learning hub, you can again take it on 2H as well. There is no wrong in it.
Okay, I need I mean that access.
Yes. Learning hub will be provided by the organizations. Once they provide you, you can write the Delta exam.
I mean attempts. I should have an attempt with me.
No. Learning hub, it's not attempt basis, it's an year basis subscription which companies will give. Certification hub, you will have the attempts. 2, 4, 6 attempts will be there. So usually learning hub costs 1.6 lakhs per year, whereas certification hub costs 18,000, 26K and 54K.
Okay.
So that is the difference. Why we need to depend on companies that this costs 1.6 lakhs.
8 in the sense for one single attempt.
2 attempts.
Okay.
The SAP has now removed single attempts.
Oh, is that?
This is 4 attempts. And this is 6 attempts.
Okay. And this is as well eligible for 1 year.
Eligible for 1 year from the date of purchase.
Okay.
For certification, it takes 3 hours, 80 questions, and you will have a proctor observing you. But for Delta, it's nothing like where you can go into the system, complete it any point of time.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes. Delta is very simple. Just log in into the system, click
Oh,
on take assessment. It will ask the questions. You submit it, complete. That's it. Note proctor, nothing will be there. And you can write multiple times. For example, you have attempted once, you failed it. Again, you can attempt, again, you can attempt. There is no restriction in that. But certification is not like that. If you fail, one attempt will be gone.
okay. I without knowing this, I missed actually.
Now, the biggest uh, thing that SAP has given to everyone is a shock that currently till 31st of December, all our questions are multiple choice questions.
Okay.
Right?
After that,
From 1st January, they made it AI based and scenario based.
AI based in the sense.
Yes, I'll explain you.
Okay.
So, you will have questions
Mm.
based on your last answer to a question.
Okay.
So the complexity can increase or decrease based on your answer, based on your timing for a particular area.
Oh,
And what scenario based is that? They'll give you some scenario to configure in the system. They will give you the access to the system. You need to go in there, complete that configuration, save it, and come back to the exam again. All this
okay.
you need to do it in 3 hours
Mm,
under
mm,
Proctor.
mm, mm.
Proctor will be watching you. You need to do the configuration. You
Oh,
need to execute that scenario and then save it.
wow.
Now
Mm.
it's like 20 days, 28 days to get your result.
Oh, they will validate whatever configuration we have
Configuration we
done.
have done, they will validate and then they will give you the marks.
Mm.
So currently 1st January to 19th January, they stopped all the exams.
Oh, really? Mm.
And the new pattern will be released from 20th of January in this form.
Mm, mm, mm. And
So
I had
how?
my exam for the first time. I took it on January 14th on a Pongal day.
Okay.
That time it was quite easier.
Yeah, this is a immediate shock. They have not
Mm,
announced it before it advance. I
mm.
think it was announced somewhere between December 20th or 18th to 20th. They suddenly gave this news saying that we are changing the pattern.
Okay. Mm, mm, mm. Since you are a SAP consultant, you will get all these informations immediately. Is that
Yes, yes.
okay?
Not only like SAP will send emails, but it's regularly we will follow some things in the system, like for example, some blogs and all. So I regularly follow this community group for
Mm.
learning, recruitment, onboarding, whatever modules I am certified. I follow this community. This
Oh,
community, whenever a person posts, you'll get an email immediately.
okay, okay. Yes, I'm getting. Mm.
So that is where it will be helpful. So that is the pattern of the exam now. So we need to wait for 19th and see how hard they have made it or
Yes.
that they made easy with the scenarios. I'm not
Mm.
sure. And once you pass the examination, it's Credly where you can download the logo of the certification, or if you want to download your badge, you can download from Credly only. So these are the things that you need for an SF consultant. So the last and final one is like S user ID, P user ID. So what is S user ID and P user ID? So S user ID is something that your company will give you tagging to your name and email address where your certifications will be mapped.
Okay. Mm-mm.
So if you want to raise a if you want to complete a certification, or if you want to activate your learning hub, or if you want to complete a certification hub, or if you want to access HXM cloud operations, you need an S user ID.
Okay, got it. Hmm.
Even for the community and help.sap also, you
Also,
need an S user
yes,
ID.
yes. Hmm.
This will be provided by the consulting company. Okay. And P user ID is something called partner S user ID. It's P user ID, but it's called partner S user ID, where that means you are working in a company where that particular company is a implementation partner of SAP. Let's say, for example, Cognizant, Accenture, Deloitte, these are all partners. So only partner S user IDs will have access to partner H.
Okay.
Normal S user IDs will not have access to partner H. That's a loophole again. What you can do with the partner H is that partner S user ID is that you can download partner H, you can attend the sessions. Like SAP will conduct every module, they will conduct some sessions every month. Like they pick some topic. For example, let's say your favorite one is connectors, right? So they'll conduct a 3 hour session on connectors.
Yeah, I have registered for employee central in
So like
January.
that, for that we need a partner use user.
Mm.
They can give you with P something XX00 something and all, or your S user ID can also be connected to partner. So that depends on your consulting company working culture and all. But if your S user ID is connected to partner, then your partner you can access the partner H and all.
Okay.
So basically, if you want to have all the resources of an implementation consultant, you need a partner as user IDs. So whenever we change the company, if we want to transfer your certifications from one S user ID to another S user ID, you need to have this information. Even if you change the company, you need to save this as user ID, because once you change the organization, you need to raise a request in our SAP portal saying that my old S user ID is this one and I have completed so and so certifications. My new S user ID is this one. You need to transfer all my certifications, active certifications into new one.
Okay. What about email ID? I have linked my personal email ID with this current S user ID.
That's fine. Once you have a partner as user ID or a S user ID provided by your consulting company, you can give that old Gmail S user ID, email linked S user ID to the new company's S user ID. Then your certifications will transfer. Then you can raise a provisioning access.
Okay.
If you raise a provisioning access with your personal email ID, S user ID, it will be declined. That is the problem. So every time we change the company, we need to transfer our certifications and then raise the request.
So what and all we can do it in BizX instance? Is that integrations?
Everything.
Everything. Yeah, I
Most of the things. In provisioning, we only enable the systems. We don't, let's say, for example, enable integrations.
Yeah.
Enable learning integration, enable learning third parties, enable SuccessFactors learning integration.
This is provisioning, right?
This is provisioning.
Okay.
So if you see, you don't have any configuration here. It's just enablement. So if you want to enable onboarding module, you have to enable from here. If you want to enable learning, intelligence services, recruitment, everything is here only.
BizX and provisioning are the same, huh?
Different. BizX is this one, front end. Provisioning is this one. Every system will have one BizX, one provisioning.
Okay.
Let me come back to that point a little later. So I'll tell you what. Now you can see my screen.
Yes.
So SuccessFactors has servers. One server will be preview system, test systems, and another server will be production system.
Yes.
Okay. Preview systems where you can test, configure new things and all. Production system is the live system or a duplicate of production system. Okay. For each system, you will have one BizX front-end URL and one provisioning URL. So BizX is the one where end users will face, and also some configurations we can do it from the BizX only. But if you want to enable something, or if you want to disable something like complete features, then you need provisioning under a different URL. So if you go to the system, if you see here, this is BizX URL, provisioning URLs, whereas this is front end. So the look and feel, everything will change. So each server you have will be divided into these kind of things. For example, data center preview is test system, data center production is your production system. So if your client can purchase 10 systems, each 10 system will have, some systems will have preview, some systems will be under production.
Can you give me a moment, sir?
Yeah.
I can understand preview and production about SuccessFactors systems, sir. And what is the service, SuccessFactors service, DC preview and DC? I mean, who's
That's where your system is stored in. Your entire system, including BizX and provisioning, will be stored in those servers. Let's say, for example, India has one server system hosted. US has multiple servers hosted.
I somewhere came across like there are 16 servers in India.
I think 16. If we see, we will see all the servers that exist in the system using this link. Just give me a moment, I'll log in and show you.
So each organization will get authorized to one of the data centers that
once they, based on the organization's what we say location, these servers will be allocated by the SAP.
Okay.
For example, UK, it's under DC33. So US DC4 and DC8 will be there, like that. So based on your organization's head office, it will be hosted.
Where is the headquarters of SAP, sir?
Headquarters of SAP is in UK.
Okay. From UK, they have multiple data centers.
You can see here DC57. It's under Ames 1. Yeah, DC68, Virginia, 70, Sydney, like that. And these are all the data centers. So if you see, you don't have anything here in India. So there is a one which is connected to Mumbai, is located, but this is very rarely given to users. Because again in the backend, you will have like running servers and backup servers as well. System, SAP will take your system backup every 15 minutes and sends that information to a different server, so that if something happens, for example, your company is allocated with DC74. Something happens in this server, you will lose access, right? You will lose data. So every 15 minutes, SAP will take the backup and it will send it to the GCP Mumbai. Okay. So that if there is anything, again they will fetch from this server. So that's the reason some servers are not for people, or not for the organizations. It's for their backup.
Backup. Okay.
So currently it's all, there's no number, they're still increasing. There is no proper alignment of the numbers also. But based on the client's allocation, we can see which server it is hosted on.
Okay.
It's not that your company exists in India and India it is allocated to India server. No. There are two things. If your company does not have a special request to allocate some server, SAP will randomly allocate one thing. Or if your company is under EU, like European Union, then
Oh.
they will only allocate European Union servers.
Okay.
So that's the reason your server is dependent on your URL. Once you have the URL, you can come back to this KB and search for, okay, my server is located in so and so area and this is my server identity.
Okay. Okay.
So that's the reason it is not same for everyone. It will not be same for everyone even in future also. And even some servers are getting depreciated and they are improving the servers. Earlier they used to use SQL database and all. Now they are into Google Cloud Platform.
Oh.
So they are changing the servers altogether. But in the backend, whatever we have a DC preview and DC production servers.
Okay.
And when it comes to LMS, we have different servers and also different kind of SFTPs as well. One is a content SFTP, content storage server, where all your content, only content, not data, only content, whatever you upload, it can be an online item, it's a PDF document or a quiz. If you upload anything from LMS, that will be stored in the content server.
Oh, you mean iContent server?
iContent server, yes.
Okay.
All the data will be in the normal DC servers. All the integrations will be supported from the SFTP server separately.
So SFTP
It's good.
is different and iContent is different. Is that
Different. Yes.
so?
SFTP
Okay, so
servers are
iContent.
basically to upload a file, to fetch the file from there. That
Okay.
is for the SFTP servers, where you need to organize the files into multiple modules and get the path to get the path to BJX to get that file. But content servers, when you try to upload a content in the system will automatically place that file in a path, adjust that path, and it will give you the ID where it is placed in the content server. So basically, content servers are the ones managed by SAP when we upload a content. But SFTP servers are the ones which we manage. We will create the folder, we will organize the folder, we will place the file. Once you place the file, you need to get that path. It's all handled by us. But content servers are not like that. Once you upload it, system will identify that ID and it will give you where it is placed. And usually SAP will not give access to content servers until unless there is a specific requirement from your organization. Because let's say something happened to the content server or some files has been reordered, like you cut copy paste from one folder to another folder, your front end content will affect. So that's the reason iContent servers is not usually provided to consultants. It will be handled by SAP itself.
Okay, so far I was thinking both are the same.
No, iContent servers is different, SFTP servers are different. You can, if you have the access to the system, you can see the server access, like
Yeah, opened simultaneously.
So SFTP URL will be different and this iContent location will be different.
Can you share me that link difference?
Which one? Data centers?
No. I content and SFTP server differences. I mean the link. I have one for SFTP server, but for content
No,
server.
that will be different for each of the user again. It depends on the server access. See, SFTP4, prod FTP2. For each client, the URL will change.
This is for SFTP.
SFTP. Content servers, that's the reason they don't add it, they don't publish it anywhere for the content servers. Once your organization purchases the learning, in that learning email, that purchase is successful, you will have the content server URL. If you don't know the content server URL, either you need to search in the iContent deployment location or raise a SAP ticket saying that I need the iContent URL.
Okay.
And even this username and password of the iContent URL will be provided to your administrator, super administrator, who is the account manager of SAP from your organization. They will only give it to that person. If you raise a ticket and ask the iContent server password and all, they will not give it to us.
Okay.
Even
So manager will be knowing that, is that?
Manager or the implementation person who is there, like for example, you report to someone from your organization to client, right? That person will have. If he is also not having, he need to reach out to customer support manager from SAP and they can give it.
Okay, sir, noted.
Yeah, because the reason why is that if you request a password reset, they'll give you the password reset, but you forgot to change the location in the password reset. For example, you forgot to came and change the password here. So what happens when a user tries to launch the course, it will go here, it will check the host name, port, username, password, and the password will be having an error. So it will not, system will not be able to fetch that content from the server. So it will give an error message to the user saying that iContent is not available.
In between, I lost your voice, sir.
So let's say why they made these restrictions is that everyone can ask for a password request reset, right, by raising a ticket to SAP. If they reset it and they will give you the password, the existing password in this location will be expired.
Okay. So that other employees can't use that.
iContent servers. Even your LMS system will not be able to connect to that server. So your entire system is down until you update the password.
But we can save the files in this SFTP server as well, right, sir, for content?
No.
We can't save content
We can't
in
save
SFTP.
it.
Oh.
No. SFTP servers only we used for connectors, not for the content. For the content, it's only content servers. That's the reason I have separated down here. So again, these servers, server address will be different for your DC preview and DC production. It's not same for everything. They will give you a separate link for DC preview and separate link.
So SFTP server as well, we have a preview and production. Okay.
Everything is basically a separate one.
Okay.
Even because even SAP does not want to mix and match the things. So that's the reason everything will be different.
And for this preview instance, we will have 3 different links, sir, like test, QA, and dev.
It depends on the organization purchase. Basically, SAP will give one test, one stage, and one production with the package.
Okay, test, stage, production.
Test is DC preview. Stage is DC production. And this is production again, DC production. This is SAP by default offering. But if companies want, they can purchase the server in any of these ones. It's up to them. If they want more test systems, they'll purchase under DC previews.
Okay. Mm-mm.
Why SAP gives like this? Because first release applies to DC preview 5 weeks before production.
Oh.
And why one stage will be given for all your testing? Because directly you cannot do it in this server, right?
Well, yes.
So that's the reason these three are by default offering by the SAP. But there are organizations who are going with only these three. There are organizations who extended their servers to 12, 15 as well. My current organization has 13 different servers, systems.
Okay. I remember working for devs, QA, and test all
Hmm.
three different links.
Hmm.
But in my current organization, I have only stage instance,
Okay.
which I.
Maybe test was not given or they are not using
Mm-mm.
it.
Okay.
So that is for the thing. So for the implementation again, so you'll have a client company like Accenture, Deloitte and all. Sorry, client company where they will purchase the system and they will look for the implementation of the particular system. Consulting companies are the ones where Accenture or Deloitte where they configure the system. So how implementation works is that our first sales demo team will give a presentation and system walk through to the client. Client will purchase it and they will access the request. And some key terms are kickoff date, project start date, how many months and all. There are some again it's activate methodology. So which methodology currently implementation partners are using is activate methodology, where they will realize what is needed and they will review and then they will implement the system. And then consulting team and project client team will sit together, prepare the project, what data is needed, what fields are needed, what level of testing is needed, where which information should flow from one area to one area, everything will be discussed. And in the requirement gathering and all, we ask the client to fill the workbook. For example, what name is needed, what label should be displayed, how many countries we are going with, all the things that are in the configuration workbook, we will sit together with the client and we will ask them to give us the information.
Okay. Mm-mm.
And whatever information you are collecting, you need to take it in the notes or take it in the areas here. For example, all these things you can see, right? See, label, what should be the label? What should the number, whether it's a pick list or like it's a drop down or a text field. Every area we need to track the information. That's the reason your entire workbook has topic followed by notes to write what is the decision that has been taken. So based on that, consultants will configure the system. So implementation workbooks and versions. Why we need to maintain versions? Because today you discuss some things. After a week or after a month, that discussion might change because they've seen the system. They want to implement more. They want to reduce it. They want to change it. So that's the reason workbooks will be in the versions. Then you will start the implementation, then you will start the testing, and if you have any integrations like Percipio or I content server, not sorry, open content networks like Skillsoft, if you want to integrate anything, you can integrate it. And if you want to send the data to any other third party systems like HCM or PeopleSoft, not Employee Central, any other
Mm.
systems, you can send that. And testing and test scripts where you will give them that, okay, log in into this system, go to this area, upload the content. That's one test script. Create an item, another test script. Because end users, they will not be aware of it, right? Your admin will be aware of what is testing and all, but when it comes to the system testing and all, end users will not be aware. So we prepare that test script. And once it is system is up to date, we'll launch for release. And what is hypercare is that it depends on the organization, 21 days, 2 months, 3 months. It will be under the implementation people only. Where any ticket or any issue that rises, there will be a hypercare support readily available 24 by 7 from the consulting company, where
Mm-mm.
they will immediately resolve in the hypercare.
Mm.
So once go live support is that once your system is live, you'll have a lot of issues coming together, right? Like questions, issues, something is not working, or they want to implement new changes in the system. That all comes under support systems.
Okay.
So go live, hypercare support, and go live support. Once hypercare is completed, your implementation team might leave from that project, and support people will come into the project.
Mm-mm. Right now, I'm in
Sometimes, yep, same. Mhm.
all the four stages. I have to handle.
Uh, Problem is that that's the reason I've asked the question, implementation or support, which kind of project you are working on. Because if it is an
Right now,
implementation,
it's
that headache will be there.
I was with support project for last 5 years, but last not last in the from 2017 to 23 it was a support project. Now I've
Mhm.
moved into implementations.
Okay, okay. So that's the information, key information about how we need to what we need to have in our regular life for the success factor support.
Mm-mm-mm.
So, before I go on to the other topics of LMS, as I'm already logged in into the system, I'll show you a sample like what all the things that we need to enable in the learning.
Provision. This is provisioning, right?
This is provisioning. Whenever the client purchases the system, this is the first step. You come here and enable the provisioning.
Enable success factor learning integration. Okay.
Integration. So once you enable it, then in the front end, your system will have learning, and then you need to enable the permissions. So you need to go to manage permission roles, and to which user you want to give the permissions, you need to give that user as a permission. So in the permissions, let's say where we enable the learning. So
Manage permission roles, right?
yes, if you have to provide the permissions of learning, then you need to create a permission role, and then in permissions you can search for learning and you can see here.
I have to create it, no?
Yes, you have to create it if it is an implementation, not support.
This was one of the question I had today. How to
Hmm.
create permission roles.
Yes. So
So that is from LMSN, right? Permission, creating permissions.
no, it's from the BizX only. So LMS has two things. If you want to get the first options of learning or learning administrator, these two permissions are linked in our menu from the provisioning, not needed anything else. Okay. So that's the reason I said only 5 to 10% we depend on LMS provisioning. That too at that implementation time. If it is
Yes.
a support, no provisioning is required. We
Mm,
can do all the things from the front end itself. Front end in the sense BizX itself.
yes.
Clear?
Yes.
Okay. Shall we continue or stop it here?
Oh, it's 7:05. Yeah, we can wind off, sir.
Hope you are able to see my screen. So yesterday we discussed about the item creation and what are the different item data that we need to fill in while creating the item. So I'll just go ahead with the rest of the item details.
Yesterday, did you create any new item or just you have seen the, I could not attend complete course.
No, I have not created any item because once I discuss the main topics in the item, right, then I will create one item, assign
Okay.
configure the content, and then assign the particular item to the user.
Okay.
So yesterday we discussed all the details in the item details page. So next one is email notification. Content, like each course, we will have some set of email notifications where that will trigger automatically based on the due dates. Let's say, for example, we have a learning item which is assigned to you, and the user has to complete that particular course item within 30 days. And you want to send a reminder before 7 days. And also you want to send a reminder email notification if they have not completed after 7 days. So one is near to the expiration and one is after the expiration, which is override, which is overdue. So here we can configure the notifications that we want to send at the time of item details. So whenever we configure, right, we say that, okay, within 30 days or we can within 20 days or within uh, when you want to send the reminder basically. So basically you can configure as 30 days as the threshold time and the reminder is 7 days. So before 7 days of your required date, a notification will trigger to the user saying that, okay, you have not completed this course and you will have this date as a completion date. You should complete the course within this date. That you can configure in the reminder period. So every 7 days until you complete the item, it will trigger. If you have not, if the required date is not met, it will trigger expiration. If the required date is met, it will trigger the overdue. So while sending the notification, only user has to be informed or manager also we need to be informed saying that, okay, boss, your subordinate has not completed the item. So in that case, both we can set in the system and we have some automatic process in the system where based on some event, these notifications will trigger to the users. So in that we have learning expiration email notification. We just need to schedule the process and every day at some time like 5 a.m. or whatever the time you want to send the notification. Your organization can decide which time you want to send the notification to all the users. So this automatic process, how it works is that it will go and check each and every user and it will verify the threshold and the reminder period. And if that is within the period and they need to get a notification, it will send the notification for them. So this automatic process runs every day and based on the threshold, we will do it. So for example, let's say 60 days and you want to remind every 15 days. And it should go to user and the manager as well. Because if you send it to manager, then only user will complete it as priority. So that's the reason we can do that as well. And if the automatic process should separate the notification expiration separately and overdue separately, then we need to enable this button. So two emails will trigger. First is expiration before completion 15 days. If the date is completed already, overdue will trigger saying that your particular assigned item is already overdue. You need to complete it as early as possible. So this automatic process, only we need to do these steps. That's it. And whenever this job runs, right, whether the job is failed, job is successful, if you want a notification to a person, we can configure their email address. So every day when it runs, right, it will send an email notification to the admin saying that, boss, this notification automatic process has started. It is running. and it is completed. If it is failed, it will say that it is failed, and you will get the error message also in the failed records. So just we need to add everything and then click on propagate. So once you propagate it, right, it will apply to the all the items that are active in the system. So that's the reason you can see to all active items. So propagate the settings to all active items. So this setting will be applicable to all the items in the system, and whoever users have their learning plan that particular item, and if the date is there, then this will trigger. There are items with no date, then this learning expiration email notification will not trigger any notification to them. If there is a required date, then only it will trigger. So now we are talking about how to automate the system to send the email notifications, but where we configure the text in the notification. So for that, we have a setting called email notifications where we can actually configure the templates, what text you want to send it to users. So in this email notification settings, all the ones with a name which is already exist is provided by SAP because of the different automatic process. While we are discussing item, I have explained the item expiration notification. When we reach out to the other areas like classes or program or curricula, we will discuss that automatic process. But for learning expiration, we have so we have 154 notifications, out of which 13998 is a customized notification. That means you have customized for your organization, but all other notifications are SAP predefined notification. So whenever we want to change it, we need to identify that particular notification. So now I'm looking at expiration, right? See, APM training expiration, APM learning expiration notification. APM means automatic process. Here you can see two notifications. One is expiration and second one is overdue. So you have a small edit button here. Click on the edit, go to messages, and you will have a launch editor. Earlier, 5-6 years back, we used to define the text in an HTML format. If you want to customize the text, we need to define first in the HTML, then that copy the code and then add it here. But now they have given an option called use launch editor, where you can customize the notification like a email body. So it will open a kind of a Word document where you can customize. You can bold the letters, you can italic them, you can change the fonts, you can change the color, everything we will have it here. So basically, if you see learning expiration notification, and in that you can see assigned items, not in curricular program. So this particular group will work in a way that it will verify the item that is directly assigned to you. And once it is assigned, it will check the required item due date. So see, due date for item, not in a curricular program. So what it does is that it will run all the items in your system. If you have 100 items and 100 items having expiration and you have not completed, then the reminder period is already reached. Then it will list down all the 100 in the note email. So like that, it will run in loops, and in the loop section, it will give you the item ID. It will give the revision number. It will give the revision date. It will give the title, and it will also give the due date by when we need to complete that particular item. So until it reaches the end loop, when it will reach the end loop, if you have all the assigned items in the system, which APM will automatically identify saying that, okay, out of 100, today only 5 items reached the threshold. So all the 5 will be listed in the email and it will send it to the user. So like this, the automatic process will trigger the notification to the user to inform them on the expiration. So you see, some of them are plain text and some are in the box letters. So these are nothing but tokens. So A token is nothing but this will fetch that particular data from that item. Let's say, for example, we are talking about one item ABC. So it will pick the ABC item ID. We are talking about another item XYZ. It will pick the XYZ item ID. So based on the item, it will pick that particular value and it will place in the system. So these are called tokens. So you can see tokens are all here. If you want to customize this more bit, for example, you want to mention saying that dear user. So name of the user will be update. When it is sending it to me, my name will come. When it is sending it to you, your name will trigger. And at the end of the day, end of the page, if you want to mention any logos, you can just directly copy the logo and paste it here. If you want to bold, italic, all buttons, or if you want to make it indent, all these options are available like a Word document. You can customize them, and once you customize them, you will get the notification. So if you want to have any other tokens, let's say, for example, item, yesterday we discussed, right, credit hours. If you want to mention the credit hours, if the token is not available in the token search list, then you'll not be able to use them. That's a limitation with the email notifications. Whatever the tokens that are available, only them you can use it here. If the token is not available, you will not be able to use it here. We don't have a customized token option in the LMS system. All these are basically from your item details page only. Item instructions. We have seen yesterday there is a big box where you can mention the instructions, right? And again, learner, the user ID, username. See, due date, not no time. So that means if you add this loop, then it will pick the items without due date as well. But we don't suggest it because without a due date, if you want to send a reminder, that's not a proper way of informing the users, right? Users get serious on it because saying that this item does not have a due date, and you are saying that I need to complete it as early as possible. So we don't want to suggest that. That's the reason I'm.
Hello, Tanush.
Once the if is satisfied. So this is how we can customize it. Again, we have an option of translating it to other languages as well. If you want to mention it in the Chinese language, you need to configure it in Chinese. So this is an SAP standard notification where if you don't want to customize it, you can leave it as it is and this will trigger. If your organization wants to customize it, they can customize. So this is for expiration. APM training expiration. And while sending the notification, if you want to have any attachments also in the email, you can add a document here. So every time this email gets triggered, that attachment will also get triggered to the user. So next is overdue one. So same APM process, but at a different notification. So here, again, you have to write in the loops where you can mention item. See, item that's not part of a curricula, due date. Here, the text will change. Earlier, it is getting expired on. Now was due on because it's a past dated. So that's the reason it's a overdue notification. all the loops and all the tokens are same, but the way it triggers and the way it informs the user will be different. Now, if you want to customize one notification altogether manually, so I have removed everything that SAP provided, and I want to mention saying that, dear user, item that has been assigned to you is not completed within the required date. Please find below the details of the item in your learning. So it's a text that I've added, and now I need to run the loops, right? So first I'll look for loop section. So loop is added. Now what I want to mention. First, I want to mention item ID. And then I want to mention title. And then I want to mention due date. And then I want to mention requirement type. So it will pick the item ID. Let's say, for example, ABC, and the item title, ABC training course. Due date is 30th November. And the required type is, it's a required course. So first it will go for the ABC training, and then it will go for the XYZ training, and then it will go to the 1, 2, 3 training. Like that, it will run in the loops until all the items in your learning plan is completed. And here some organizations will say that if you face any error, or if you have any questions, please reach out to support@sap.com or create a ticket in, let's say, for example, Zira. Zira is a ticketing tool, right? So some people want to configure like this. It's a simple notification. They don't want to complicate with all the revision dates, all those things. They just want to mention a straightforward. Okay, this item is pending, this item is pending, this item is pending. That's it. And if they want to have a logos of your organization, they can keep the logo as well. So only thing we need to remember is always these item ID, title, due date should be under the loops. Then only, or it will check all the items. I'm canceling it so that it will go back to the original state. See. So that is how it is triggered for the notifications from an item. So in the notification section, we have other notifications as well, apart from our expiration and overdue, which is class cancellation notification. So you have registered for a class and you have cancelled it. So user need to get a notification saying that, okay, you have cancelled the class. So this note confirms the cancellation of the following learning activity. Again, tokens are there. So which class they have cancelled, that class details will be added. Next, registration email notification. When you register for a class, this notification will trigger to them. See, this is more customized. They have created a table. They have mentioned the everything in the steps, and they also mentioned Outlook calendar. You can save it, and they have given a hyperlink to some company's website. So basically, it's a kind of a Word document where you can customize it to your own structure. See, here we have an insert image as well. So that is for the registration notification. Whenever we register for a class, that is when you have withdraw the class. You are not canceling it. You are just withdrawing it. Then this notification will trigger. when you are in a wait list. Yesterday I discussed, right? Once the registration number is completed, it will go to wait list and this wait list notification will trigger. So if you see the actual email, this note confirms your waitlist entry into the following learning activity. Removal, waitlist removal. So you are in waitlist and there are no cancellations and the class. So you have registered for a class and you have cancelled it. So user need to get a notification saying that, okay, you have cancelled the class. So this note confirms the cancellation of the following learning activity. Again, tokens are there. So which class they have cancelled, that class details will be added. Next, registration email notification. When you register for a class, this notification will trigger to them. See, this is more customized. They have created a table. They have mentioned the everything in the steps, and they also mentioned Outlook calendar. You can save it, and they have given a hyperlink to some company's website. So basically, it's a kind of a Word document where you can customize it to your own structure. See, here we have an insert image as well. So that is for the registration notification. Whenever we register for a class, that is when you have withdraw the class. You are not canceling it. You are just withdrawing it. Then this notification will trigger. When you are in a wait list. Yesterday I discussed, right? Once the registration number is completed, it will go to waitlist and this waitlist notification will trigger. So if you see the actual email, this note confirms your waitlist entry into the following learning activity. Removal, waitlist removal. So you are in waitlist and there are no cancellations and the class is already started. So your admin will remove you from that particular class because you cannot be accommodated in that. So this notification will trigger. Pending email. So this is for the approval. So you have registered for a class or a online item where registration is still pending. That means your manager or HRBP, whoever it is, has not approved it. So it's still pending notification will trigger. See, select employee approvals to approve or deny the registration for the specified user. So like that, we have different notifications at the item level.
So question here, for each and every item, we need to configure email notifications.
Now, yeah, my next topic is the same.
Okay.
If you don't want to configure it each and every letter, every item, then you can use the ones at email notification templates. So here, see self-registration learner notification. The same notification will also be available here. Thank you for registering your user ID, last name and first name. So if you don't want it as particular email item, then the actual default notifications will trigger from the email notification templates. But if you configure it some item level and if you click on save, for that item only, that customized notification will trigger. So here you can see this is a different because here it's customized. You have enabled it here. Others, it's not enabled. That means it will directly take the default from the email notification templates. So two options.
Dhanush,
Yes.
sorry, I didn't get I didn't get the detail. Okay. So the question was, we need to activate or trigger the email notification for each item we
That's what I'm saying.
creating.
If you don't enable at the item level, it
Mm-hmm.
will take the text from the email notification templates. If you
Automatic.
enable automatically, yes.
Okay.
If you enable here and customize in the item, that
Mm-hmm.
customized text is only applicable to that particular item. So this is for default, and this is at item level customization.
Okay. Got it.
And if you go to the email notification templates, please,
Mhm.
and just search it. Here we have a number of templates, right? So how
Yes.
system will identify that is related to expiration. So
No,
for example,
expiration, APM training expiration. Initially I told you, right? APM means automatic process training expiration notification.
but if I create a new customer, can we create a customer here, or it's by default only?
It's by default only. All the APM notifications are default.
Okay, and we can customize from here. Okay.
We can customize from here.
APM stands for which are standard SAP.
Yeah, standard SAP ones where you have a job and you have a notification.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Other notifications like registration, waitlist, cancellation, that can be customized at the item level, item or class level or a program level. It's up to us. You just need to enable.
Precedence will always given to item level email notification.
Yes. First, it will check your item level customization. If the item level customization is not enabled, then it will take from the default section.
Thank you.
So now we have seen for the item level, right? So classes we have not discussed yet, but in the classes also we have this email notifications again. So this is at a class level. See. So when it comes to the preference, right, it will first check the class, whether it is customized or not. If it is not customized, then it will go for item. If at item level also it is not customized, then it will go for default. If it is an instructor-led classification type. So preference will be first given to class and then item and then default. Any questions? Shall I move ahead with the next topic?
Yes, please.
So we have discussed the email notifications. Now, in the email notifications only, you can see token sets. These token sets are nothing but your tokens that we discussed, right? So here, APM training expiration, APM training overdue. This is kind of an information. What are the tokens available for a particular notification and what is the use of that particular token? You can see the dates. You need the description of for each token, right? So that description will be available in the token sets. Some organizations, we are talking about, let's say, user. We in a standard SAP system, we say that everywhere user. But some organizations, they say that we don't want user, we want student. So we can change it. So if whenever you open this notification, the token will show as student name instead of the username. So that is the customization. It's kind of a label translations that we have. That's it. And description for each token will be available. And as I mentioned, we cannot add any new tokens to the existing sets. That's the problem. We have a lot of enhancement requests raised, but SAP has not considered it till now. So we cannot add new tokens into the existing email notification tokens. Every token set is customized, SAP has standard behavior, and only those tokens we can use. That's it. Even here, we can see registration also, we have one. Enrollment. Main registration notification set. So when you are customizing any registration notification, only these can be used. So that's the use of token sets to understand the description of a token. And in the email notification also, you have one add new option. So you have customizations where all these are customized ones. See, this is a customized one. This is a customized one. This is a customized one. Like that, you can add some templates, but cannot be assigned to any item or a class or any level. We have an option of sending ad hoc emails. See, send email notifications. So item. Let's say admin want to send notification manually to some users. So I can add that particular item and all the users in that particular item will be shown, and admin can send based on his status as well to all the completed ones, to not completed ones, to the attended ones. So these are item types. So I want to select, see, for this user, I want to send an email notification. So at the end of the screen, it will ask for the template, which template you want to send. It will again open the email notification templates, and it will ask you to select that ad hoc template that you have created. So we cannot associate with a particular item or a class, but we can create ad hoc notifications where we can send from the system itself. And if we want to mention anything, you can mention the subject. If you want to change the body, they can change it. If you want to attach, he can attach it. If you want to CC someone, he can send it to CC. All these things can be done from the ad hoc. That's the reason we still have add new option as well from here. You just need to give some ID saying that, okay, admin email. And which type of notification is this? This is related to expiration. This is related to registration. All those things you can configure here. So ad hoc notification, for example. So you can customize it. You can add whatever you want. You can customize whatever the subject you want. Some companies, what they do is that they'll give us some sample notifications at the time of implementation, and they will ask them to configure them. And whenever an admin want to send any email, they used to use only these created ones for the organization. They cannot customize it because they want to maintain a same format across all the admins, because admin can write anything, right? They don't want to do that. So that's the reason they create the text itself. So next is online content, where if it is an online item, we add the online option of that content ID. So how we get the online content? So let's say, for example, I have a content. I want to create that content in the system. So I'll go to import content. So add new content, add content for existing item. There is an item, and if you want to add a new content to it, replace. Yesterday I discussed, right? If you, after some time, if you want to revise that particular training, no need to deactivate that particular item. You can remove the content and replace the original content. And if you want to an item to be mobile enabled now, then you can enable it. Earlier, it was not mobile enabled when they configured it, but now the requirement is it should be mobile enabled. So you can use that option. So let's say add new content. So it will ask for the file. So I'll add this one. I'll copy the name of the file. Click next. So I'll not give anything. I'll just give saying that enable mobile access, and this item is for testing. And if you want to create the item from here itself, you have an option of creating the item. No need to go to learning activities and item. Directly you can create from here. So item type test underscore 06 November. Item title sample for online. So let me note it down so that it will be easy for me to remember again when I show. So sample for online. So assignment type is a compliance timing, and what is the revised one? Content is available for launch. That is, I'm activating it. Add history on pass. Yesterday we discussed, right, where completion status and failure status we need to configure when we create an item. You can see online completion, failure, online fail. If it is an AACC or Scrum, we need to give these selections. Then only it will identify the score, mastery score. If there is an exam, it will send back the marks, right? That will be identified. But mine is just a PDF document, so I've not enabled it. Import. So it will run for some time. If the file size is big, it will take some time. If the file size is not big, it will not. It will run, and it will immediately give you. So it's created it. And item is test 06 November. I'll go to item ID. See, item is created and content is back. We need to add the content now. So once you click on add content, you need to search for that particular content. PDF document. So I have added the content, and here you have a settings. So how that content should behave. So if there are multiple PDF documents, if they complete all, then you need to give the option of add to history on completion of all content. Then only it will complete if the user has completed all. Users can review the completed content. So if you enable it, even after completion also, this PDF document will be available for them. If you disable it, once they complete, this PDF document will no longer be available. And this is a PDF, right? We don't have a marks, we don't have an interaction session, something. So once it is launched, it will directly go for completion. So content is available launch. That means you are directly activating the content to be available for users. Automatically launch content when starting or resume the course. Yesterday we seen, right? We have opened an online course and clicked on launch content, then only the content opened. If you enable it, Once you start the course, automatically it will be available. So reset users progress after inactivity. Let's say you have opened it today and you have not completed within 10 days. So 11th day, it will again ask you to take it from the beginning. If you leave it, there will be no reset. If you give them a download option, they'll be able to download that particular content into their system. If you remove the download option, they'll not be able to save it. You will not have the save option and all. So course progression, if you have multiple contents, first this content should show up. Next, there should be another content that you can configure it. If you have any exam, you can configure the duration of that particular exam. Once you add a content type as exam, it will show that exam duration. So here, so I've added the content, saved it. Not only one content, we can add multiple contents as well. If you see here, you can add one more content. If you want to add an exam that we will discuss later, we can add the exam. If you have multiple contents and you want to add all contents at once, you can add the all contents at once. Now we have configured the online content. Now I'll go to the item details place just to verify some details. Let's say duration, credit hours, channel, internal, contact email, SAP at SuccessFactors. Because I can show this content in the front end, how it will look for user. So these are for registration. So initial basis, again, calendar, 30 days. And retraining also, I'm configuring within 1 day itself. Next, managers and all is not needed. Certificate template, I'll show that. Learning details, test class. Yeah. So user can rate the content. So I have done all the changes. I have saved it. So it's saved. Now to assign a training, you have actions, assign button. Click on assign. Search for the user that you are logged in. Because in normal systems, you will be using your own account, but here we are using a test account, right? Search for that user. And here. Search for the user. Select the user, click on add. So the user is added. Let me click next. See, assign date 6th of November. Assignment is compulsory, compliance related. Click next. Assign date. Required date. By when you want to have this training completed, you can select 6th of December and you need to click on run job. Once you click on run job, it will run a small job in the backend and it will say successfully added the items to the specified users. Click OK. Now I'll go to user learning plan. See, course is assigned. It should be completed by 6th December and it says compliance. So click on the course. So here, see, you must complete the course by 6th. And this is the description. Credit hours version it is assigned by an admin. And for the questions, you can reach out to SAP at SuccessFactors.com. And here you can see the PDF document. Currently it is not available. See, because you have not started the course yet. So click on start course. This course is not due until 6th, that you want to complete it now itself. Yes. Definitely content as well. 1 minute. I think the content is not stored or something. The demo systems will not have SFTP servers, right? That's one more issue. Let me check the content first. Yeah, content is there, but we don't have the server access. So that's the reason it is not taking it. So I'll just change it to Google. And it's a browser based. On apply changes. Now again go back. I think it's already went to the closing because I have opened the content, right? I clicked on launch content upon completion. So it's already completed. See, so it is available in the learning history saying that completed online course. I can print a certificate. It is the certificate and it's completed on so and so date and the rating. I can give the rating as well. So like this, we can create a content, upload the content, create the item and assign it to users. That's for online section. Now I'll assign an actual course to show you the complete process. So let's say there is basic preparedness course with all the details and we have an online content. See how many are there? We have around 5 and you can see here, see mastery score, course progression. You need to complete this in the sequence. Content is available for launch. They have given the offline download as well. And for one content, they have given download option as well. All these are configured here. So add history on pass. So let's say, for example, this basic preparedness content has 100 as the passing mark. So once they reach 100, click on add to history. That means it will go to the completion. If the 100 is not there, then add history on failure. So it will say that it is failed. Once it is failed, whether you want to log the item or you want to remove from the user's learning plan. If you want to log the item will be logged and they need to reach out to admin. Admin has to unlock it and then only they can access the content again. If number of failed attempts allowed for an item, for example, if 3 attempts he has failed for that, then it will log the particular item access. Remove item. If after 3 attempts, if the user is still failed, it will remove the item. So this kind of configuration also we can do it here. So here I have done it. Every time I need to click on save. So it will ask whenever we modify any item, which is already assigned to the users. It will say that there are users who have been assigned this item. You must reassign it for them to see your changes. Now you have changed it, right? Whether all users should see the new changes or not. If you click on cancel, old users will see old data, new users will see new data. So I'll just cancel. Now, again, I will assign that. Successfully added. Now again, let me search for basic preparedness. Start the course. See, launch content. The content will open in a new window and you need to complete this content. So in this particular item, how many contents we have? We have 5 contents. Once you complete all the 5 contents, then only your completion will complete. This is Chrome content, right? See, you have a lot of options because it was developed in a JavaScript saying that if you click this, this action will be performed. If you click this, this action will be performed. So all those things will be there. If you click on a pop-up, it will show the text. So these are all Chrome. So that's the reason it is defined in that way. If I stop in the middle, the content will stay still not completed because I have not get the 100 score yet because I have not completed the course. And if you go to the learning history also, it will not be there because we have not yet completed it. Once you complete only, then learning history record will create. So you have 2 types. One is learning plan, which is learning assignments. All the trainings that are pending right now will shown in the learning assignment section. All the trainings that you have already completed that will show in the history. So now you have the access. Try uploading one content and then creating one item and assign it to the user. That way you will understand what details are required, what can be added, how it will show up. So you need to go to import content, any document. You can even give a link as well. Import that content, copy that ID and create a add new item. And in the add new item, fill in all the details that you want to fill in and click on save. And then go to your online content section and play around by adding that. You can check all these details and you can run behavior, whether it is the way you are expecting to be completed, it is completing in that way or it's not completing in that way. You can check, and tomorrow if you have any questions, you can ask me. Again, we will discuss in the class. So, but make sure you understand all these details that we are talking about in the item details section and in the online content section. Any questions?
No.
Now, in the object level also, we can save some information where who built that particular course, who designed that course, what is the score of that course, everything you can mention. So whenever you complete the import content, it will give you an ID. That ID you need to search in the content option section in the ID section. So earlier I've copied it, right? So search for that particular, only remove the last dots because it's an extension, so it will not be there. So now here in the object section, you can maintain. Let's say, for example, build user was Tanush, build location was India, build company is training. When I have built it on 6th, and if you want to inactivate it any time, you can inactivate, or you can keep it active, but it should not be accessed by the users online. You can remove it. And if you want to mention anything, you can mention. And developer tool, if you are using any tools, there are a lot of tools available in the system, but your organization may purchase any video editor or something. So just mention those tools. And what will be the score of that content? 100 or 80. It depends. When you configure it, you may ask 4 questions. Each question carries 20 marks. You may ask 5 questions. Each question carries 50 marks. Sorry, 20 marks. That also. But you need to configure the mastery score here if there is any score in that. And in the launch method section, if it is a content player, you need to purchase it from SAP. SAP will give one .exe file, where that .exe file your IT team has to install in all the systems of your organization. And whenever a content with content player selected is opened, that particular software will be opened in the system and it will play that content. So it's like a VLC or KM player, whatever we have some video tools, right? We download and we install it. And you say that to open this file, open with particular software. Like that, a content player is a one which is customized for an organization. Once you raise with SAP, SAP will create your own player, like our Windows Media Player or VLC, like that. If it is a document like docx, doc, PPT, PDF, that will be PDF document type. If it is AACC developed content, this is also a JavaScript. So you need to select AACC. Scrum also is the same way. Scrum 2004, Scrum 2004 edition. If it is a browser, why we choose browser is that if you give any blog or google.com or any URL basically, then you give the browser so that it will open in that particular browser section. And once this content is completed, if you want to connect any objectives for performance that we'll discuss, we'll show you. And AACC support. Who designed this content in AACC? You can give a name as well, saying that, okay, trainer from legal department, and you can mention his name as John, has developed this content, so that in future, if you left the organization and someone wants to update this content, then they can reach out to this person. Cross security domain, if this content should be shared with other domains in the system, like for example, Indian created content, you want to share it with the US, then you can share it. But again, this is a licensed version. Cross security domain is again an additional license that we need to purchase from LMS. So all these details are available at our content object level. So I was talking about licenses, right? Where we check the license for our organization. You go to environment. You have licensed modules. Click on licensed modules, and these are the licenses you have for this particular system, where base edition is very basic structure of LMS. Virtual learning is our item types and all. External requests are nothing but if you have users from external vendors. Exams, if you want to create an exam, first of all, you need to purchase that license. If you want to run reports in Plateau Report Designer, it's an outside SQL tool, I told you, right? That is, you need to purchase a license. If you want to use finance, you need to purchase another license. If you want to use connectors, you need to purchase another license. So these are all additional licenses above from base edition. Normally, at the time of implementation, when your organization purchases the product, right, they discuss that one. In future, if you want to install any licenses, once you purchase the license, they will give you some files in a zip format. That zip you need to choose here and enable, add it and install the license. So best example is if you want to connect your LMS system with Teams, then you need to purchase that license. Once you purchase that license, they will give you that license. You can install it in this section. Like version information is there, right? We need to check the company ID, when the release was updated, all these things. For LMS also, it's the same thing from here. Version, client ID, company. And what is the URL of your company? So those also available, and so that's the reason everything is a licensed based in LMS. It's not a free version for everyone. Okay, any other questions?
We will have more questions when we start practical sessions.
Yes, please try today, tomorrow, and tomorrow we will discuss in the session. If you are faced anything, you can show us, or if you are good with it, it's okay. If you have any questions, you can ask us.
Mainly we have done create an item
Online item.
and
Yes.
import contents and assign to a user and then complete the course, isn't it?
Yes, yes. Please save
Okay,
these item IDs and all, because it will be really tough to identify whether once you create and you go back to a different skin, it is difficult to remember them as well. So just save item ID, item title, and content object ID, so that it will be
Okay.
easy for us to understand tomorrow. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Tanush.
Thank you. Yes, Jitendra, you have any questions?
No, thank you.
Okay. Thank you. We'll meet tomorrow.
Good night.